At 23 years old, Emmanuel Ndlovu, a resident of Lusaka West, is a successful farmer, although in the recent past, his business has been faced with some challenges. This comes as a result of increased electricity tariffs by the power utility company ZESCO. Emmanuel, who is also a fourth-year student of finance and banking at the University of Lusaka, UNILAS, says since January, when the tariffs were adjusted upwards, it has now become difficult for him to increase the production of tomatoes and cabbages, which he is specialized in, as the method of watering requires a lot of electricity usage. He says by December last year, he was buying electricity worth 1,500 kwacha for the whole month, but now he has to buy electricity for 6,500 kwacha to see him through the month.
I used to buy units worth 1,500 that would last for a month, but now they would only last for a week, which is actually more costly because they tripled by 300%, which is actually too much. So that has actually affected us. It has really affected me and affected most of the farmers across the country. You know, they've been complaining about ZESCO. I am also complaining about ZESCO. It has really affected me. The cost of producing these tomatoes has really gone up.
Emmanuel says as a way to be an example to his fellow youths, he has employed 4 permanent workers and occasionally hires some more when the workload is heavy.
They have employed about 4 workers that help around, but when there's much work, I engage so many piece workers, you know, to do the weeding and all that. But if actually government could help us, could come to our aid and reduce the ZESCO tariffs, you know, many youths out there that are actually doing the same would actually employ other youths to actually help them out with this, and it would actually help the whole nation.
Emmanuel has appealed to the government to consider revising the tariffs in order to embrace some of his friends who have given up the business as they were making more losses than profits.
I'm actually appealing to the government, of course, through ZESCO and Energy Regulation Board, ERD, to actually reduce on the revised tariffs that have actually affected not only me as a farmer here, but also the rest of the farmers across the country. Even my fellow youths that are actually doing this have really been affected by the ZESCO tariffs. You know, most of my fellow youths that were actually doing this have actually given up. They've actually thought of doing something else that could be more beneficial to them. So with these tariffs, we've really been affected. So if actually the government could come to our aid and help us reduce on the ZESCO tariffs, because the cost of producing these crops has really gone up, and we're actually not benefiting out of this production.
Recently, farmers across the country have been faced with numerous challenges ranging from poor rainfall to delayed farming inputs, and addressing some of these challenges, such as are within the power of the government, will secure the country's food basket and reduce on poverty levels. Pauline Ngozo, Muvi TV News, Lusaka.